Your best scoop, I think, has probably been the over the fence dispute with Mike and Scott. I think everybody thought Adir was actually right on this early days, but I think most people, myself included, thought these are two best friends and they built this great business together forever, great friends. And it turns out they seem to hate each other.
Well, I was only on it because someone told me about that situation. Like,
unless you knew
day,
from them,
right?
That's how you would find out.
Yeah, but I wasn't a guest. Like someone said to me, "This is
you
what's
had the mail,
going on."
And
right?
that was some great reporting by you. But John, you were all over this. Do they hate each other? Like, what's the current status of the tech bros?
Well, I think as we've written, and what might be coming up in the book and stuff. Yeah, I don't think they're great mates anymore. I mean,
were they ever great mates?
Oh, look, I think there was a time where they were clearly pretty close, right? Now, were they best friends at university? I don't think so. From what we've been told, Nicky's clearly been very, very close to Mike and continues to be close to Mike. And you can see, through all the photos from that time, Nicky's always there next to Mike.
Well, Nicky and Mike were business partners in a couple of events.
They were, and that's right, yeah. And that's
obviously Mike back Blackbird early days and Startmate in early days.
They've been very close mates. So if you look back at all the photos from that time, and there's a lot of photos from them from the internet in that time, by the way. Nicky's always in the photos.
Yeah.
Scott's not in the photos very often at all.
Yeah.
I mean, look, take of that what you want, but they clearly had an amazing business relationship there. They were best men at each other's weddings. So there was a relationship there.
Yeah.
There was a time for sure. Now, like I think any relationship goes through its ups and downs, and that clearly has gone through its ups and downs. I'm not going to give away anything yet because I want you to buy a copy of the book when it comes out.
Pre-signed copy of it.
We'll buy 100 copies and we'll give them out to readers. How
you need
about
to keep that in. He said 100
When you
copies.
say buy, you mean we'll take 100 copies.
Well, I mean, you'll buy 100 copies. The bigger issue with Atlassian, something you said very early on, which before anybody was talking about this particular thing, is the nature of the way they gave the stock-based compensation and the fact that you could sell it so quickly relative to any other
After one
business.
Quarter.
Yeah,
Quarter,
and I think
3 months,
the thing is that has caused them, I think, the problems.
Albeit you have tax issues if you sell it for a year. So but you would really think that it'd be rare that you'd sell it straight away.
But when you say you can,
that
is no longer a long-term incentive. I don't even mean that from a like compensation, like definition of long-term incentive. I'm talking about it emotionally.
Yeah.
The Catapult share price has gone up and down. When it goes down, people are less happy than when it goes up.
Yeah.
But when people believe in the business long-term, they can wear the downs, right? What they think when it's down is, these idiot investors, don't they understand how good the company is? And I think the problem that is going on in Atlassian today is there's a few problems, most of which you've highlighted over the years, some of which probably have been cut out before the podcast went to air. But one, they sold this dream to staff and it hasn't materialised, and they viewed that as a part of their compensation. Two, the founders have been selling down whilst the staff have been
so it's $4.5 billion
stock.
each, right?
That's right. Yeah.
US,
by the way.
Oh, US. Oh, so 6 billion Aussie.
So 3.5 billion US. So
So 4.5, 5 billion Aussie. Yeah.
That's the total they've sold down.
Each.
Yeah.
Yeah, each. Each.
Yeah, in total. They've each sold that in total. Yep.
Yeah.
And so, like that, I've been much more sympathetic than you about selling down. But I do agree with you. It's not a good look when you're selling stock and you're kind of forcing my issue was the company was funded by the employees. Like they've lost 3.6 billion since listing.
Yeah. And that capital's come from the employees. Instead of paying them in cash, they paid them in shares.
And so you can play that game provided you put your employees up on a pedestal. That game can continue. And I really think what's happened here is that the bubble has burst because they've torn the employees down very publicly from that pedestal and have effectively said, in the way that the message was delivered as well, you're just cattle. And we don't...
This is the 1600 fire.
The 1600 and we don't... you're better to us as beef than milk.
Yeah.
And remember too that it's only a couple of years ago, right, that they were talking about targets of having 25,000 employees, right? So I know things have changed. I know the rise of AI has come along, but these are the sort of series of missteps, I suppose, that's happened.
Well, as stewards of capital, it's hard to say, especially Mike, but both of them have been disastrous. They've burned $3.5 billion in capital. Forget the share price, because we can be distracted by share prices. They continue to lose money when they should have been making money they should have been making money hand over the fists in the last 10 years.
Because on a GAAP accounting basis, they've been making substantial losses, and it just looks like they haven't on a cash basis because they've convinced employees to take.
And this is what disappoints me about Canberra as well when they talk about cash
anything you don't
basis.
like, I feel like we've got to define the word fraud for you. So it doesn't mean something I think is bad. It means
it's when you're being,
that's illegal.
It means you're being deceptive.
Yeah, we call it deceptive. That's a good word for you, deceptive.